Good morning, my friend. This is 306 South Willow, and I'm gonna say, if I had to say something to the owner, my response would be, nice try. You know, they've definitely put some work into the house. 180 is probably in alignment with what the market is doing right now, but that's because the market is crazy, okay? There's a lot of things that were done nicely, and there are a lot of things that are not. So I'm going to talk about this neighborhood for just a minute. It's inside city limits. It's a little bit on the older side. It's very close to Cardinal Village Apartments, which ironically enough is in my very younger adult days. When I first moved out of the house, I lived over there for a very brief time, and it was interesting. That was a long time ago. That was back in the 90s. But there are some great homes in this neighborhood, and I actually have, some friends who live around here and have lived around here for quite a while. We'll talk a little bit more on the phone afterwards, but I'm going to show you what was done well and what could have been done better. Okay, so we've got some softwood over here. This is like, I could pick that away. It's very possible it could have bugs living in it, termites, who knows. That kind of wood is conducive to termite inhabitant. Have all of the original ductwork in here. Floors are very pretty. Some of the windows appear to have been replaced at some point. It does have a nice open feel to it, and they did replace the light fixtures and the ceiling fans. We've got painted brick over here. This probably could have been replaced if you're going to put that much money into a remodel. New cabinets, new appliances. That's a Whirlpool package there. Very pretty cabinets. Got Formica cabinet or countertops. Everything is pretty standard builder grade for the upgrade. This is not heated and cooled space. This is just an unfinished, screened in, enclosed porch back here. Looks like they're maybe still in the process of fixing that door. I can't get some of the lights to work, even though there are light bulbs in here. I've tried pulling switches and pushing buttons and flipping on switches and everything, and I just can't get those lights to come on. So they put some pretty inexpensive carpet in here. These doors are probably the original doors if I had to guess. Just kind of slapped some paint on them. Walk-in closet there. And this is the master bathroom. Probably could have done a little bit better and replaced this insert and fixtures. I know a lot of people, when they get get to going on remodels. You know, they hit a point where they've spent so much money that they're just not willing to spend a penny more. Because sometimes the money spent during a remodel can be things that aren't even seen. Looks like some of the blown insulation is just sticking out there. It's not a huge concern. The rooms are decent size. So that's why I say the price for the size in the neighborhood is pretty much in alignment with what the market is doing right now. A few years ago, you would have never seen a house for $180,000 in this neighborhood. Probably needs to have a good duct cleaning there. This does appear to be the original tile and bathtub. That's fun. Very neutral tones throughout the house. And it is a 4-bedroom. This would actually make a great rental property for future. Like if I was gonna, you know, live in something and know that I wasn't going to live in it forever, and I just had some minor maintenance on it, upon finding out the findings from a home inspection, you know, that might give me a little bit better of an idea of what I might potentially have to put back into this house later on. Because it does seem like there was possibly a few corners that were cut. You know, some of it's just cosmetic, but sometimes those unseen things are what can really get you. But for an older home that has been remodeled, it's definitely not the worst that I've seen. And I'm going to give you a little drive through of this neighborhood. As I walk through the house, I can kind of feel, not that the floors weren't installed properly, but there's a couple areas, I felt it over here especially, where when I step on the floor, I can kind of feel some give. Okay, all right, let's drive through the neighborhood. Okay, we're just gonna take a little trip through this neighborhood here. This is Willow Woods, which also kind of connects to where Cardinal Village is. There's a couple little subdivisions over here that all just kind of connect. And let's see, we're gonna turn down Dennis. This neighborhood is actually adjacent to Gum Branch Road, just right up the street from the church. Over the years, there have been quite a few homeowners who have done some great things with their houses and did some nice remodels. It's one of the older neighborhoods of Jacksonville. Very established. And let's see, this is actually going to be on Cardinal Road. Right behind me, I've got a friend who lives back there who actually goes to the church. Been a good friend of mine for a while. And I just want to show you where this comes out at, because we're right on Cardinal Road here. As we're out looking at houses, you can kind of get a feel for where the location is and how close you'll be to things. of this neighborhood. This is where I was talking about before. These are Cardinal Village apartments over here. If you go that way, you're gonna hit Henderson Drive. And then if you go this way, right across the street from those stoplights up there, that's where Jacksonville High School is. That's Cardinal Village Apartments. Actually, I think there's two different kinds of apartments over there. Cardinal Village, I used to live way back there, back in the day when I was like 18 years old, for about a minute and a half before I bought my first house. Okay, so if we take a right here, we're gonna be on Gum Branch Road, and the church is just right up the street. That's Jacksonville High School there. All right, there we go.